Hi, it's Peggy from the Pearl Forest, and today we're starting a new series kind of thing to do. We're still going to be doing our sort it out and use it up, occasionally some shopping hauls, and we'll be doing hide and seek time. Most Thursdays I'm going to try to do hide and seek, but occasionally I'm going to do on the road as well. It's an idea that I had that I actually wanted to do on the road with journaling. It turned out that trip got canceled a while back, but I still have a lot of the ideas and things. So I'm making a large journal for ideas of things that you can make on the road away from home. It might be in your motor home, at a campground, at a motel or hotel, or just in your car or train or plane or boat or whatever. You might find some things along the way, like this paper sack, just from like a grocery store. And it has these handles on it that you can remove. Another kind of bag that you can have, just like I forgot to grab it, can be this kind of a store bag that has these kind of handles on it. This one is from REI. Now, to use this bag, actually, this might be fun to add in our book at a later time. I'll just show you what I do to process a bag. To use it, what I did is I just cut fairly carefully on the corners, but I used my paper trimmer to pretty them up later. So, cut the side. We'll do a number of projects with things that I have found along the way. Sorry for the bag rattling. Some new things I find, techniques that I either make up or hear from other people, or a combination. Maybe I alter them. We'll do a whole bunch of things, and I just call it on the road because it's while you're out traveling. I had planned a big trip to Montana to actually visit another YouTuber, but unfortunately for family reasons it had to get canceled. So anyway, we have all of these pages. You can see I have a lot of stuff. Plus you have the bottom. Now the bottom I don't really like for a page, although there's some things that you could use. Like I can just see this right here. I was thinking you could do like some journal cards, but this is an interesting triangle with 2 layers. So you can pretty that up, and that will make a really nice corner tuck in here somewhere. And if there's another one, yep, right here. We're not going to actually put anything in the journal today. I'm just introducing you to the journal. So there's a corner tuck we'll save up. And now this piece has, several different, parts to it that we can use for journal cards, whatever. We could collage over it. We'll see. We'll just save that. If you were harvesting these handles, what I just did is I tore them off and tore this part off. And so I did a bag. Whoops, my other one I didn't tear all the way through. That will have to be patched. But so I had 2 of these from the bag, and then I had 2 of the paper ones from this bag. And maybe I'll kind of show you how I did that, because you'll see it on my journal. So we'll set those bags aside for some more supplies for the future. Okay, so we have these and these and these. And do I want to show you my journal first or these? I kind of have a dilemma as to which I would like to do first. I think I'll show you the journal and then I can later show you how I made this. But basically, I put these two inside, and this might be enough of a reference. I did use glue, but we'll just use the Post-it note for the moment. I matched up these angle pieces in such a way that this handle could go in between. Put lots of glue in here, and then I glued some pieces around. I don't know if this Post-it note will hold long enough to show you what I mean. Like that, to hold them in place. And I put these pieces, oops, between these two. So I worked them into this corner like this and wrapped some additional pieces around here to hold it together, and then down that side. When I was done, I had this. This isn't my final piece on it. I'd like to wrap something around it to make it a little more bulkier, but it's not bad like this. It makes a nice sturdy handle because it has these, which are very stiff, inside of this. I'll show you how I used it in just a minute. I had a piece of cardboard that I have zoomed in so it's hard to see. It probably had like a blanket or something in it. I have collaged on it with crumpled up packing paper like these. Just crumpled them up and undid them and put them on the cover. This is not a finished cover. It's just finished enough that we could start using the journal. And then I also put on some map pages with the words and things. And I did the whole outside and the whole inside, although I did not quite finish it because I was going to show in a video how I put it on together. But I think you can just see that by this demonstration like this. I just used wet glue and put it down. I will pull my pages back out in order to finish that. I thought it looked, I wanted it to be nice and big so that I could have a lot of ideas in it. So I have 5 signatures. I have used headbands from the dollar store. They come in a pack of 10 and they just stretch around the spine. Take out one signature so you can see. Maybe I shouldn't be zoomed quite as much. Although that changes my lines of where I am. So this is what they look like. I had got one with 10 in a package. I've got them recently from the Dollar Tree. And they have a little place where they're cooked together, and I put that on the inside. And you just stretch them around. They fit fairly tight, but there's plenty of room. I just then worked them up the spine. I don't know what this kind of signature is called, but it's used often in planners. maybe travelers' notebooks use it too. And then I sort of just space them out fairly equal distance on here. I thought 5 would be a good number, but because of the way it's made, I can easily add more if I want. Then I used mostly stuff that I could find along the way or related to traveling. This is the bag that I actually got this kind of handle off, except it was brown. So I cut it apart, and this is actually the side of the bag, so it's thinner. This is the solution page to a word search journal. I had 2 of those I pulled out, and their coffee dyed a little bit. I had it like with me on a trip, and I don't usually ever look at the solution pages, so that I could just rip out and still have the word search or Sudokus, which were also in there. I think it also had crosswords. I could still use the book, but I could make use of this in a journal on the road. I took some coffee dyed paper, but you could use any kind. I cut a 2-inch strip and put 2 of these pages together because one wasn't big enough. My cover actually ends up needing paper that's 8 by 10 or 16 by 10. So I had to put pages together and slightly cut them off. You'll see this has the white edge and this does not. So it has a slight cut off to make it fit within the cover. This is some computer paper, old computer paper that I have, which it was 11 and I needed 10, so I cut off 1 inch. So that worked in here nicely. And they don't have to be the same size up and down, nor the same size this way. These were some mailers from the mail, and I just put them together also with the 2-inch wide strip is what I used, and they didn't even all come together, and that was fine. This is some tracing paper tablet I just had with me. Another computer paper. This is a takeout bag. I believe it's from the Shake Shack. So you even have the little top of the bag and a handle. I'm gonna make use of that handle later. This is an old Thomas Brothers map that I've put to use for pages. I had to cut them down a little bit to fit in here. This is some of the paper sack. It was from Staples, not grocery store, but they're just a paper sack from shopping when you're out and around. And then I also have another computer paper. That's what's currently in this signature. When we work on this, I can easily add, take out, or rearrange any of this part. To put them in this kind of a journal, you just slip them under the elastic and slide them in. Maybe a slight adjustment to get everybody lined up again. And there you go. You have all these pages. Now it's a big journal and there's lots of room, but you can see we have lots of room to work, which is good. I can always add more pages or more signatures, but also just all the stuff that's going to end up on the pages. I thought it would be kind of fun to make this a suitcase. I don't yet have a latch for the suitcase, but I do have my handle. That's the thing I showed you here. And I figured out, I just used my point of my scissors to poke a hole in here. And I could poke through these extra sturdy pieces. I have not yet decided how I'm attaching them on the other side. And then I have these pieces here, which I may make them look more metal, like gold or brass or something. I think I'm going to trim them off a little bit. Probably would be better if I was measuring this, but I'm eyeballing. And these, once again, this is the flat handle part that was on the brown paper sack. So off camera, I am going to glue this down. Well, I could do that right now, I guess. Here it is. I think I'll use Fabri-Tac. I think under this circumstances, this might be the better choice. And like I said, I need to figure out how I am going to hook the handle onto the other side. I thought this would be a good decorative element to my suitcase journal, but that also, also it would be a way to actually carry the journal if I can latch it together safely. I have some features I might add, because if you're traveling, you might have some pieces that you want to bring with you to add to your journal or as you collect them. So I'm thinking of a pocket. I have a collection of things from various hotels and places on the road and around town that we will pull through from several times to make things. Plus I'll continue to find or collect more. Okay, put this part of the handle down. If this needs it, I will add, oops, there goes my lid. I will add something over the top of this if I need to make it even more secure. But I think once I secure the other side, that this will be very secure, which is important if I'm actually going to use it as a handle. Okay, we'll cover glue back up. So you can see inside we have these pieces, which probably I'll go this way with, because the other ones go that way. I'll find a way to put this down and secure that. But here's other pages in here. I tried to disperse them in here fairly uniformly. I do have a couple large book pages, some of which, that one I didn't cut the other side of that pocket. Some of them have pockets, like this one. The sides of the pages, more of these mailer cards. In the maps, this is where the handle came off. Sometimes you can get this off without damaging the bag. But like I did on that one where it tore, it is possible to fix that. So that's that bag. Each signature starts with a bag. This one has this bag, this has the other bag, they alternate. This is one of the big book pages. Here's one that's smaller and it has a pocket. Oh, it also has a tissue paper that got in there. Tracing paper, not tissue. Here's a pocket, some tissue paper. So you can see they're just repeating. Some of the bag is wider than others. Some of these are wider than others. That one is a brown page then. Now this one is the red, bags. So we have a number of different sizes and shapes and types of pages that we can make use of, but we can also add pockets and tip outs and other things that we find along the way. So So here's all the pages that we have in here, which is quite a few. I didn't count how many were in each signature, but there's at least 5 in a signature. Let's see. This signature ends with this red one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 papers in each signature, which that's 40 sides times 5. So we have 200 pages in here. So it'll look like this. I also have some clip art that I can use. Sorry about this. This is some I was thinking of putting on the front, possibly like that, with maybe some other things on there as well. Adventure, guide to the ultimate road trip, more than 50 vacation ideas. So something like that. I want all of these words to show, but I don't want to cover him up, so we'll see how to best do that. Anyway, that's the idea for that. So we'll see our journal. I'll work on a way to close it, which probably will be an eyelet, and then it will be able to stand on a bookshelf. This is the spine, and it'll be able to stand like this, but I will also be able to carry my suitcase, which it already holds well. So when I do the other side, that will really work well. So thank you for coming along on this journey of our new project, our adventure and our road trip, which we're going on the road. And we'll see what we can make from what we find out there, like the paper sacks and things we might have brought along, like our puzzle book, and things we'll find along the way, like mailers. Those are free a lot of times in different stores. You can find postcards, business cards, lots of things we'll talk about along the way. Anyway, thanks for joining me. This is Peggy from the Pearl Forest. Hope you have a great day that's fun, creative, and full of love. See you next time on our journey, which might be tomorrow that we start out. Take care. See you later.